Cheng Xin, developer of an omniscient AI system. He announces to the world about this new AI system that is going to bring a new revolution to the world. This AI system is going to be the future of their world. It's going to help humans in many ways, giving humans more time and energy to pursue more valuable. His system will help humans in many fields such as finance, healthcare, and industry, creating more value for humanity. After finishing his announcement of his AI to the world, the media ask him many questions like the unemployment that his AI is going to bring. But society without humans is meaningless, so he thinks that it will only create more opportunities for humans. Just when he is about to leave from there, he is assassinated. Bullet pierced through his ID card and his heart. He was about to change a world. This time, it was not the truck kun, but a guy in a cap. As he is breathing his last breath, he felt cold. He doesn't want to die there, he just received the Nobel Prize. With such a bright future ahead, he doesn't want to die yet. Lucky him, a system gets activated, granting his reincarnation wish, reconstructing his body as Robert. Cheng is confused to hear this voice, but he doesn't want to die. He has many regrets, like not going out with that beautiful blonde girl. If there is an afterlife, he gets ready to do as he please. System gets ready to grant that life plan of his, starts to import all the data he is giving to the system. The data import gets completed, obtains a unique skill, what you see is what you get. He gets reincarnated, and is still confused about sound he just heard. He feels lonely for being alone on the way to the underground. But he is in the forest, the secret forest, and not in the underground. Some water droplets falls on his body. He feels cold, and being able to feel that cold, the temperature, wind, and humidity, he notices that he is not dead, and thinks that he is in a hospital. However, he is having difficult to move his lower body. He pulls his lower body from whatever was making him difficult to move, but falls on his face. He has reincarnated into something very dangerous. He is also confused about what just happened, but touching his body, he notices something. His body outline, the texture, and the smell. This shocked him, and without a doubt he realizes that he is not a human anymore, and has turned into a big carrot. After sulking for some time, he come to accept the reality that he has reincarnated as a big carrot. However, he was a genius scientist in his previous life, so he is sure that he can handle any situation that comes in front of him. But he is still confused about the last thing he heard. Robert. He wonders if it's some kind of food and is at the bottom of the food chain. That's when the system starts to initializing. He remembers that voice. It's the same voice he heard on his way to reincarnation. The system asks him to give it a name, and seeing that it can communicate with him very well, he gets ready to call it the omniscient AI system. To honor his unfinished business, the system accepts the new name its host give it. A bright light flashes from the system, blinding Cheng's eyes. The system evolves after that. The system notifies. The system initialization complete. The omniscient AI system will provide you with all-knowing and all-powerful services. He gives the system a nickname, Zio Quan, and asks it about his race, whether he is a plant or an animal, and about his gender. The system informs him that he is now the lowest level demon clan carrot spirit in that world. And carrot spirits have lowest demon power and are genderless, not often preyed upon, so he can rest assured. He is identified as nor male, nor female. What is he? Anyways, he can't do the do thing now that he is genderless, so he just wander around the forest. And he come to find that the system is not giving him any assigned tasks, because it's his second life and the system wants him to just enjoy it. He then bumped into something very shiny. It looks like a shield, a golden shield. And he got shocked to see the thing inside that shield. Inside that shield, there seems to be a woman. A beautiful woman at that. Silver hair, beautiful legs. Chen gets shocked to see a human there. She wakes up after hearing his voice and is shocked to hear a human voice there. But what she saw is a big carrot, who is also in shock to see her. Seeing such a big carrot there, she gets excited, asks him different questions. And if it was him who was speaking earlier, she is just happy to see a living creature after a very long time. And at this moment, Cheng didn't know that the girl in front of him was actually a witch who once destroyed the world. She finds him very cute and asks him about how did he enter that secret forest. Hearing the word cute, he shows her his handsome side, asking if his size is considered large. She is happy to see him, maybe because she can use him in many different ways. Like, you guys know what I mean. Next, Cheng is finding it suspicious to see a girl sleeping in the middle of the forest. And the moment she woke up, he felt a chilling oppression. She also informs him about his race, that the carrots have no nutritional value, and even if someone eats them, they can't absorb useful spiritual energy. And normally, carrot spirit are very small in size, not like him. Cheng wonders if she is the one who caused that oppressive feeling. She asks him again, why is he so big? Even though she is making such a cute face. Mr. Scientist is not falling for it, because an innocent girl wouldn't be sealed inside that barrier. And in getting closer to that barrier, he felt very ominous. He is sure that she is not an innocent girl. She is definitely a monkey spirit deceived the pure-hearted monk. And he is not falling for that act of hers. After all, he was a genius scientist in his previous life. No one can easily deceive him. Only he deceives others. He asks her why was she trapped inside that barrier with his cute face. However, she can't remember why she was trapped there. She can only remember her name, and that is Bai Rui. And after she woke up, many years have passed, and she did all day was sleep and stare into the space. Cheng gets cautious because she is telling him to let her out of that barrier. Then suddenly Cheng saw some images of Bai Rui, some dangerous images. He felt that if he let her out from that barrier, something bad is going to happen. And she is begging him to let her out from there, and is ready to do anything. He is confused to see those seen just now, and seeing like that, she thinks he is pained because of the barrier, and asks him to not force himself and that she is fine. And Cheng also wants to figure out what he just saw. He is definitely sure that it was not an illusion, so he gets ready to break her from that shield with the help of his system. After all, exploring unsolved mysteries is a basic quality of a scientist. The system asks him to make a contact with the surface of the barrier. His skill gets activated. The system starts to decoding the barrier. After decoding the barrier, the system finds out that with Cheng's current spiritual power, he can't completely break the barrier. But his system has a plan B. It gets ready to create a substitute for him. And Cheng is confused about the purpose of that substitute. They can get Bai Rui out without destroying that barrier, and the substitute will replace her. But he doesn't have enough spiritual power, so Bai Rui will automatically become his retainer. And if she becomes his retainer, she cannot disobey his commands. Now the system is talking. Cheng, the genius scientist, also starts to show his true colors after hearing that she cannot disobey his command. Once she becomes his retainer, he informs her that he can help her get out, but because of his spiritual power, which is limited, she will have to become his retainer. She also agrees to be his retainer without thinking a sec, which confuses him, thinking that she might doesn't know what it means to be a retainer. And she knows what retainer means, that from now on, he will be her master, and he can do anything and everything to her, and she can't disobey him. Saying something like that in a seductive way. Even the carrot who doesn't have blood, nose bleeds. And now that the conditions are met, the system informs him that the substitution can only last for 1 hour each day. But Cheng also has few conditions. First, she will have to obey his every command. And second is she can only leave the barrier for 1 hour a day. But in future, as his spiritual capacity increases, her time will also extend. And lastly, he tells her not to do those expressions she did earlier to anyone else. She gets ready to do those things only for him from now on. He gets ready to take her out from that barrier and ready to give her commands. The system starts to do its thing. It creates a substitute for her, and start the process of substitution. After some time, the substitute gets inside the barrier, and Bai Rui comes out from the barrier. She is shocked and surprised to see that. At the same time, happy and excited that she finally managed to come outside. However, the one who took her outside doesn't look that happy. He looks like he is about to leave that world. He seems to be squeezed dry from his spiritual power. She gets ready to replenish him by squeezing him between her melons. But that seems to have done even worse. And now that he has taken her out from that barrier, the spiritual pressure in that forest has gone. And it seems like dangers and troubles are coming their way. Cheng still hasn't recovered his spiritual power. He leans on her lap, because he can't lean on her melons. That is just too dangerous. He asks his system to how can he restore back to his fresh self. System informs him to just plant himself in the soil. The soil contains rich spiritual energy and water, so he can use his absorb ability to quickly gain energy. He asks Rui to help him plant in the soil. But she has other plan. She wants to plant him in her melons. But she is worried, thinking, will he even gain his energy if she plants him in the soil? Instead of planting him in the soil, she gets ready to give him some of her spiritual energy. She has accumulated a lot. Even if she keeps using it continuously, she is not sure it will be depleted even after 100 years. If he can gain his energy from her spiritual energy, he gets ready to take her energy. And to transfer her energy to him, she has to give him a kiss. With this sudden change, Cheng gets little blush, because he has never kissed anyone in his life before. She gives him her energy by kissing him. Energy starts to burst through his body. His hair, his legs, his perky buttocks filled with Rui's energy. Then suddenly he lost all of that energy, and once again become the expired product that no one buys at the market. Now even his system starts to laugh after seeing him like that. He gets ready to teach that system how to be a normal system. But the system is like, no, I'm just an emotionless system. Seeing him like that, Rui asks him if he is talking to his invisible friend again. And yes, his invisible friend wants him to be planted in the soil. She gets ready to help him dig a hole so she can plant him in. She uses her power to create a hole for him to be planted. But her power seems to be too overpowered. It blasted like a nuke. He wanted a hole for him to be planted, but I think she created a way to the hell. As thick smoke billows through the forest and birds scatter in panic. At a certain location on the outskirts of the secret forest, a beastman guard is informing his lord about that blast. The lord is also surprised because not long ago, he sensed the disappearance of the spiritual pressure in the secret forest, and now such a disturbance is happening. He orders his clan to prepare for departure, because he is sensing that the new era is calling, and he wants to lead everyone to expand their territory and proactively embrace the new era. Back in the forest, Rui is worried because she can't hear her master voice properly anymore, because he is deep in that pit she created for him to be planted, and she is super worried, and Cheng is digging a hole to plant himself there. At the same time, he is shocked to see that power of Rui. Now he is scared, thinking if he releases her too, he would be digging a hole for himself. Then he notices that he is digging a hole right now. After some time, he has finished digging a hole and has planted himself. Since Rui was asking and shouting from above, he calls her to come down there with him, and now she is excited to see him like that, wonders if it's really working like that. He tells her to step back a bit, because he is going to use his skill. He activates his skill. His root starts to absorb the nutrients and the energy of the soil. He finally understood that that's the purpose of the carrot's leg hair. After some time, he is back to 100%, has become a new carrot, and Rui is surprised to see that he has become bigger again. But now he is having problem pulling himself out of that soil. Rui gets ready to help him out because she is super skilled at pulling out carrots. She manages to pull him out, and this feeling of being pulled out by a girl is just great. He has never felt something like this before. Now that he is fully revived, they come out of that pit, and since Cheng doesn't have much spiritual energy, he doesn't want to go far away from the place where Rui is trapped. And based on the known clues, he understands that there are supernatural living beings, known as demons in that world. And their energy sources is called spiritual power or spiritual energy. And from all that, he is also sure that there are cultivators and various factions present. And Bai Rui only has 1 hour of active time each day. If he turns into a wilted carrot and encounter danger during her rest, he will definitely meet his end. Bai Rui gets ready to give him her spiritual energy in that case. But that won't work either. After all, he is currently just a helpless and weak carrot. And in his previous life his death was unclear. In this life he wants to be cautious and careful, replicating his research in this new world. He jumps over melons and gets ready to start his plan. And that is to start scientific cultivation. He gets ready to introduce science to this new world. Invent this and that with the help of his previous knowledge and with the help of science. And Rui, who doesn't know anything about science, her mind is on fire, and smoke are coming out from there because of all that sudden information Cheng gave her. Even though she didn't understand anything, she gets ready to help him. And Cheng gets ready to start his plan, asks his system if it has any trading system. But the system doesn't have anything like that. However, it can synthesize any item he needs that exists in his imagination as long as he provides the necessary materials, and he has to touch those materials with his carrot roots. It also warns him not to absorb living organisms as materials. That's not allowed in the cultivation world. He wonders if absorbing living things is similar to demonic cultivation, and is not allowed in that world. Like any of us, he also wants to know what will happen if he absorbs a living being. The system is strongly against it, because he will get heavenly punishment if he does something like that. And if he encounter heavenly punishment in his current state, he will perish instantly. However, once he becomes the master, it might be a different story. He notices that last line and asks his system to zoom it. And now the system is pretending as if it didn't show him that last line. Anyways, he gets ready to start his plan and asks Rui to help him harvest some trees to build their small wooden house. She gets ready to use her power to harvest some trees. Luckily, he stops her from destroying that forest and asks her to use the weakest power to cut the trees, weaker than the power she used to dig the hole. However, that power she used in digging the hole was her weakest, so he just asks her to be gentle. She uses her power to harvest some trees, and it blasted it into smither. Somewhere in a lake, someone seems to be taking a bath, and it's a beautiful lady, enjoying her night bath in the forest. The power Rui used passes by her, almost hit her. She is shocked and relieved that it didn't hit her. The word "oh my gosh" comes to her mind. which surprises her, thinking why did she said that? And what does oh my gosh mean? And it seems like Carrot is also regretting for asking Rui to harvest some trees for him. Rui also apologizes for accidentally turning those trees into ashes. He gets ready to get back to the traditional way of harvesting trees. She gets ready to help him with that too. He allows her to use her hand chop and not her spiritual power. She gets ready to harvest a tree with her hand chop, but she has a better method of doing that, and that is to uproot the tree whole. Brings it to her master Carrot, after seeing that he gets ready to be more careful when using Bai Rui in the future. Now she has brought him a tree. He touches it to turn it into material. The system starts to absorb the tree. The system starts to synthesizing wooden planks and other construction-related items for him. It starts to begin the countdown. But before the system completes the countdown, it seems like the Carrot will run out of water. The system notifies him that the item synthesis successful, and the items have been stored in his inventory. He has 100 woods now. He can get them out simply by thinking the item's name in his mind. But he doesn't have that much energy with him right now. He is about to dry up. He places him on her lap, because it's dangerous in her melons. But he doesn't want her lap, he wants the soil. Next, seems like Cheng and Rui return back to the place where Rui first made the hole for Cheng to be planted. He has planted himself in the soil but is sad because if he has to do something like this every time he tries to make something, it will take time for him to accelerate his modernization process. Suddenly Rui's body starts to glow. Her 1 hour time is up. She starts to shrink and system does something to her. She enters inside Cheng's body, and her entering inside his body like that give him a satisfying feeling. And now she can come out after 23 hours, now that she is inside him and inside the system. The system gets ready to check who Bai Rui is. The system starts to analysis her. But the system gets shocked to see that it failed to analysis her. The system tries it again. It fails again. Another try, another failure. Another try, another failure. Now even the system is getting tired. However, the system is not giving up. It has another plan. Starts to calculate analysis time on her. And the time required is 952 hours, 7 minutes, and 0 seconds. The system gets ready to analysis her again. However, seeing the system having trouble analyzing Bai Rui, Cheng tells the system to do it when it have free time. Even though the system didn't manage to find any info on Bai Rui, but it wasn't entirely fruitless. Because of those analysis and all, now Cheng can utilize 1000 of Bai Rui's ability. Somewhere in the forest, some animals have come to check on the location where the blast happened. They arrived at the location. They are leopards with hairstyle. They gets ready to go down that pit and find some clues. At the same time, in the pit, Cheng is thinking of how to use the power he got from Bai Rui. He has got some muscle on his body now. The system informs him about 3 powerful presences approaching there. He gets scared thinking what kind of monsters it could be. The 3 brothers have come there, and they are confused to see that there is nothing down there. Then they notice the carrot or the radish there, and are disappointed to see that carrot there. They were hoping to find some great clues, but what they found is just that carrot. One brother suggests that they should eat it to quench their thirst, but other doesn't like his suggestion, because even dogs wouldn't eat it, and they are leopards. The system starts to continuing the analyze and convert the energy for him. After the analyze is 100% complete, Cheng manages to come out from his carrot body in his spirit form, and is shocked to see that. The system informs him that he is able to do that because of Bai Rui's power. And the leopard's brother, since they didn't find any clue there, they gets ready to go back to and report it to their leader. But one of the brothers stops them. Seems like nature is giving him a call called Nature Call. Cheng, who is happy to finally get a human form, even though it's just a spirit form and can flying in the air. He enjoys this freedom. And the leopard brother is getting ready to pee where Cheng is. Since Cheng doesn't look that good because he doesn't have enough spiritual energy, the leopard gets ready to fertilize him. Cheng gets super mad after seeing that cat is about to pee on him. Fire is burning in his eyes. That killing intent, they all feel a chill run down their spine. Anyways, the leopard gets ready to finish its business and leave from there. Then a big cloud appears above them. It's Cheng. He manifested in his big size human form spirit. He has the same clothes when he was shot, and even has his ID card, and is super mad that they dared to pee on him. They are so dead. The cats are super scared after seeing Cheng like that. Cheng is super mad because whether it's monsters, humans or animals, those who defecate or urinate anywhere, all are the same. That's why he is going to confiscate the tolls used in the crime. Poor cats tuck their tails and run away from there. And with this, he has dealt those people nicely. This was his plan, to make them tuck their tails and run away from there, so they will spread the rumors about an evil lord there and will not come back there again. After all, he is just a weak carrot who can't do anything without Rui's power. However, he wonders if he will stuck in that carrot body forever and his spiritual power will never grow, and always have to plant himself after using his power. But that's not the case. The system informs him that his spiritual power limit is infinite. Every time he uses the absorb skill, it will increase his spiritual power limit. He should be squeezed dry. The more thoroughly he wilt, the more astonishing the breakthrough in values will be. Since it's getting late, Cheng gets ready to go to sleep as he is tired from all the hard work today. Next morning, someone splashes water on him. Well, he is a plant and he needs water, but it seems like he didn't like that water. And it's Rui. She has come out again and wake him up to show him something interesting. There is a hole there, and in that hole, there's a water there. An actual spring. It's truly a blessed land. She gets ready to pull him out from the soil. He experiences the same feeling he felt the first time she pulled him out. Then she notices that he looks kinda different today. She robs herself onto him and thinks that he will taste even better than before. This shocked Chen. Rui is acting kinda strange today. The system informs him that as his spiritual power limit increases, he will become delicious. That means as he grows stronger, he will also become tastier, and he will be in danger of being eaten by someone strong. He gets ready to proceed his plan and calls Rui to come near to him and tells her not to pull him out like that next time, because it's a bit like that. Now they gets ready to start their plan to build a house. He has materials and he wants to build a simple wooden house. Since he can't make a house because he is just a carrot, he asks Rui to build the house, and she is also ready to do anything for her master. Next, she starts to build the house, but it looks more like she is destroying the house. She finished building the house, and it looks amazing. I would say that if I was a 6-year-old kid, but still it looks amazing. The house have face and limbs, and Cheng didn't like it. Next, he made a blueprint of the house. Rui is also ready to make it anytime. He orders her to not waste a second and get onto it. Then suddenly her attitude changes, surprises the carrot. She has changed into the serious mode and informs him that someone is watching them. She vanishes from there and appears behind the one who was watching them. It's the girl from last night. Rui gets ready to snap her neck if she moves and asks her who is she. The girl is so shocked that she is unable to speak. Rui sniffs her, and from her smell, Rui finds out that she is a member of the Iron-Eating clan's younger sister. But Rui wants to know why was she watching them. Was it so interesting to watch someone building a house? The girl just informs Rui that she is there to pick some mushrooms. But Rui is not buying that, so she gets ready to take her back to her master, and vanishes from there and appears in front of the carrot. However, seeing that girl like that, Cheng notices that she doesn't seem to be aggressive, and he is confused to see how did he knew that. It was like an instinct that he knew she was not aggressive, and that's because he is the weakest race and has evolved the ability to sense crises. Rui uses little force onto her hands, asks her to answer them honestly. Since Rui is hurting her so much, she informs her that she was not doing surveillance. Cheng tells Rui to let that girl go. She let her go as her lord ordered. Cheng asks her why was she hiding behind the trees, and she was hiding because she heard some rumors from other tribes and came to check it out. Cheng gets surprised to hear that the leopards really went out and spread the nonsense, but he is confused to see why is there still a young girl coming there to investigate. Now Rui also wants to know the rumors, but the girl doesn't want to tell them. Rui releases her aura to intimidate that girl, but her carrot is the one getting intimidated, because she was so cute some moments ago, and now she has completely become a wicked woman. He gets scared thinking did he just release a big monster from that shield? But he is not feeling any aggression or malice toward him from her, so he thinks she must be worried about his safety. He looks above to see if she has changed back to her cute form. But no, what he saw freaked the crap out of him. She seems even worse than before, looking down at that girl like a demon, who is about to eat her. The girl informs them about the rumors that a deity has appeared there. Cheng gets surprised to hear that. He was definitely sure that those leopards will spread rumors about an evil lord. But the rumors is about a deity, and the girl's clan members, and she just wants to come and see the great deity. Pray to the great deity to bless them and keep them safe and joyful. Then Cheng hears some rumbling above that pit hole. Some big ears animals seems to have come there, and they are pandas, which super scared Cheng, because pandas eat carrot or radish or whatever he is. Rui informs him about those pandas. She has some memories about them, and they are supposed to be ruthless and evil ancient divine beasts. He gets surprised to hear the word ruthless and divine. There are some stories about the divine pandas that they use their poop as a unique hidden weapon. Anyways, Ruiz informs the panda girl that there is no deity there, but the girl is sure that there is because the deity drove away the Wind clan, the Leopards clan, and she also heard from them about a pit, and notices the pit or the hole there, where a wolf carrot is supposed to be according to the leopards clan. Then she notices something. She finally realizes that she is talking to the carrot. She does the kia scream and prostrate before the great deity, greets him and informs him about the great legend in her iron-eating clan about a talking carrot as their true deity. She is super happy to finally meet that legend deity. Even the pandas prostrate in front of him, but he doesn't want them to kneel down because he doesn't have money. The girl grabs him tightly because she is happy that their great deity have finally come to save them. The other pandas also comes down to give a hug to their great deity. Rui comes back to her cute mode and asks that girl to release her carrot. They start to play a tug of war with that carrot. One pulls him from the hair, the leaves, and the other one pulls him from his legs, his roots. And he is like, damn, this legend is crazy. And thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, then watch this video here. Also like and subscribe for more. And stay tuned because next is going to be a big kaboom.